Hello everyone. In this video I will create with the Tofu inside of Nexus repositories 3 repositories. One of them will be Docker registry endpoint, another one Helm chart repository, and third one will be Pypi hashed repository where will be cached for some time all required components to our Python environment. I've used here, let me open the screen. So just imagine inside of Nexus we have 3 repositories as I mentioned before: Docker, Helm, and Pypi registry. In any CI, it doesn't matter, you can clone to your workspace Terraform code files which will be used with the Tofu. But like as backend, in my case I have used Minio inside of bucket, which I have defined actually in this topology. Tofu states endpoint is this one, and at the same time K will be looks like the style. Account ID, region, environment, infra, and infra component, and inside of this component will be stored state file itself. So in my case, if I will switch to the main TF, as we see, I do override to the model with the provider itself required credentials. In my case, I have used it like as environment variable, of course. In your case, you can use it like as masked variable, or if your CI support hashcore val, to get it from hashcore val, define like as environment variable too. At the same time, backend, it's not secure way, but as I said before, there's a lot of way which you can do secure, but the main point, it's not how we can use Terraform itself. The main point at the end, how we can use these repositories in your prod environment. So even backend itself, you can define like as, well, it's just example, like as variable, masked variable in your environment, which you can get from any place and do decode, which you can write to the file and use from there at the workspace in a CI time too. So it doesn't matter. I will close this part, switch to the interface. I want to say all code files which I have used there, I will write the link to the repository inside of YouTube video descriptions, which from there you can download it, of course. This is Tofu states bucket, which I didn't configure Minio, I mean separated username inside of separated account. I didn't create, I just created Minio at the same time Nexus with a Docker Compose to not spend more time. So in your case, of course, you must separate to different account to give only access to this account, only to this bucket. But in my case, it's just to show how it works, to simulate all this stuff. Right now, state file present, but if I'm not wrong, I deleted it. Let me check it, please. Nothing was present there. Yeah, it is okay. So I will delete it again, just to show you from clear state. So I'm switching to the it is folder where I do initialize to download models, which even I've created module which you can find from this repository to do override for these 3 repositories, of course. Then Tofu apply. As we see, 3 repositories will be created. Oh, sorry. So I deleted state actually, but repositories itself present. Let me check it. Helm internal, Tofu Pypi, and Tofu Docker registry. So it will be fast if I did it before. Sorry, Tofu import. Yeah, Tofu apply. Tofu destroy. It is in clear state. As we see, all of them deleted, and then apply. Yes, then we can check. We have 3 new repositories and each of them empty. So firstly, I will switch to the Docker registry, but let me check if I am not wrong. Docker works in a port 8084. Yeah, it is correct. So as I said before, from this topology, my Nexus integrated with the active directory. Let me show the active directory part. As we see, verify connection, succeed. So I switch to the repositories, Docker registry. I will switch to the another account where do Docker login to this endpoint and then Docker push. Maybe we can use small one, yeah. So as we see, Docker registry works. I will switch to the Python part. So we can use at the same time pip itself or pyvenv2, but let me switch to the configuration. I will use pipenv, but of course you can use directly pip with the pip configuration too. But to configure it, there's a lot of ways which you can do. One of them pip config file and another one store in the home folder. It doesn't matter. Each command which I have used here you can get from GitHub. I have defined each of them inside of this file. So in my case I will use pipenv. In case of pipenv you can do export pipenv Pypi mirror. At the same time you can create env file which in a switch to this folder it will say, do you need to evaluate these environment variables which defined in the inside of this file. So I have defined actually inside of env this environment variable. Do that. In case of if I will execute pipenv log by the pip file, it will try to simulate pip file log. At the same time, download all needed components to the proxy cache. In the future, we will use these components from there. So from Pypi registry right now there is no package present right now. If I will do from folder Python, yes, and we can see from here environment variables executed and all needed components downloaded. So I will switch to the Helm part. As we see, there is no package of our Helm chart present right now, so we try to simulate. As we see, I have configured before 5 versions, so I will delete this one to simulate all flow. Let me switch to the Helm chart folder. It is just example. I've created some templates and some values with the chart versions. Latest version of the chart, as we see, it's 0.05 app version and chart version 1.05. But in the version of the 4 not present, if I'm not wrong, pod monitor. And it is new template pod monitor, and with this value it's not present in the version of the 4. So we will create this package, push to the remote and try to overwrite it. If I will switch to the override folder, yes, we will use the latest version. So right now I will create, oh, sorry, I forgot it. When I have started to use Helm repository inside of Nexus, I found from internet 2 plugins which we can push our package to the Nexus repository. One of them it was CM push, but with the latest version of the Nexus, it doesn't work. It works definitely with the old version. I have tested it, but I found another plugin with the name from repository, this one. It works definitely. At the same time, even you can use CRL itself. I have tested it. It works definitely too. So all commands which I have used here, written inside of envsh, which you can get it from GitHub repository too. So right now I will push all package to the remote repository. I'm in Helm chart, but firstly I need to check yes, environment variables present there or not. Okay. So I will push each of them. And repo update. Then check all versions present in our repository. And then check in UI actually to app template. As we see, still latest version 104, but it will be 105 and we create version 105 too. So let me switch to the part open app template, double checks, yeah, it is defined and it is latest version. I will execute not this one, Helm package. To use version 5 and Nexus push 5. It is pushed to the repository too. So right now I will do override. So it is important part actually. Let me close unused files. Inside of override folder, I define chart YAML, which under dependencies key I will use app template with the anchor functions which defined version here from repository Helm internal with the alias case app template. So what does it mean? With the alias key app template, we can do override values of our Helm chart, which defined in the Helm chart repository for this version. So in any of the version which defined in the Helm chart repository. But we use this version to do that. Inside of this version will be, we do override with the key app template. So what does it mean? Inside of values, we must define app template key. And inside of this key, we can do override values which define inside of the app template chart. So in this case, as we see by default, in any way, pod monitor disabled. If we will open app template itself values, pod monitor disabled by default. So to that, pod monitor template will not be generated. Even we can do simulation, of course, this part too, Helm template. It will not work because we must get our chart, which is dependent to our chart. It will be downloaded here. So download it. Yes, it is downloaded. If I will do Helm template to output here, so it means I will use from my chart YAML define chart version with the key do override under dependencies with the key app template to the output. So values will be overridden from these values and to output folder checking. As we see, pod monitor not present there. So if I will, where is it? Do true. Okay, there's mistake. Oh, another case required if I'm not wrong. Let me check it. Yes. So actually I found the issue. To not spend time, I did pause to the video and troubleshoot it. I resolved an issue. It was definition of the helper's TPL. It was wrong inside of my template. I've resolved it, so I will switch to create again new version of the app. So let me check again, please. Chart version will be 6. I've resolved inside of values false. I will do Helm package and push version 6. Oh, if I'm in the wrong place. It is saved. Then I will switch to the folder override and define app template version to use 6, but I must do Helm dependency update because inside of chart we use old one. Then I will delete this folder totally because we will create new. So version 106 downloaded. We can see Helm template to the checking folder. As we see, it is created with the pod monitor because inside of pod monitor we defined enable true, but if I will delete checking, we can see templates present here and execute again without pod monitor, without virtual service. We will check replica count with 1, then even we can check with 2, because if I'm not wrong, default value is 1. Yes, correct. So checking, we can see there's no virtual service, there is no pod monitor. If I will check deployment, replica count 2. So that's it actually. I hope it will be useful.